Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and that's all I have to say. He's still a top 5 quarterback in this league, and there's nothing really anyone can do about it.
Everyone's looking for the young guy. They're looking for McVay. I think take a shot out Todd Bowles, get him a second shot at head coach, and see if he can do it.
I don't think they will. If they don't have Anthony Davis, I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
It's crazy. And our kids will know how great Tom Brady is because he's going to be playing.
Yes, it is 15.0%. I swear we didn't script that.
All I could think of was Dame.
6-0. There could not be a better name.
Speaking of young guys, how about the goalie, Ottinger?
He was a 6th-round pick. This is a fairy tale story that's being written in front of our eyes.
That's what the Yankees brought Garrett Cole to do.
They didn't struggle against the Padres. The Padres didn't really put up a fight in most of the games.
Jerry Jones, hope you're listening because this is why you shouldn't have given Zeke this contract. Just thought I'd point that out.
I feel like Luka will take that next step, and if he can get a 3 ball consistently around 35%, I feel like they could become a contender.
While with the Padres and Marlins, I think it's coming in the near future.
They're my pick to win the most rings in the 2020s.
I was shocked by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Montreal has one of the best goalies in the league with Carey Price.
People like to call them their JV team, and they just stole one of their better players.
Hi, I'm Landon Bowe, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week for September 19th. Let's talk about a retirement, and that, of course, is JJ Redick. It's sad to see him go, but very impressive playoff attendance record. Just the last 2 years have hurt that record, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, technically he made it this year.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He just never played. That's my bad.
Yeah. But yeah, great career, great 3-point shooter, 41.5%, I believe, for his career. You can fact check that real quick. A very, very good shooter. Not top 5 all time or something like that, but very, very respectable numbers. 41.5 is very impressive for a career. And so
I think
he isn't a cock.
415.
So 41.5.
Yeah, 41.5.
Yeah. He isn't a Curry or a Corver or one of those guys, but he's up there. And he obviously played in the finals back in 2009 with the Magic. So I didn't know if you knew that, Kevin, but he did.
I did know the Magic. I just couldn't remember the year because he spent some time with Vucevic.
He did.
Vucevic. So.
Vooch. But yeah, he also played with the Clippers. He was on those big Clipper teams. He's been playing with the Pelicans. He played for the 76ers earlier in his career. Not earlier. When I say earlier, I mean before the Pelicans. And then he also played, obviously, with the Mavs this year. Didn't play a lot much, but he was okay. I didn't really expect a retirement, but I hope he has a good time in retirement. He had a great career, and I was always impressed because that one year he led 3-point shooting. The league's 3-point numbers, he was like at 45%. It was an insane year.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought he was going to join Brooklyn, but he's retiring, so very good player and excellent at 3-point. I wish he could have shot more 3-points for the Mavs, but can't all get what we want. So let's move on now into just some latest news. Ben Simmons is not showing up to 76ers training camp. So maybe a trade does get done, which means that ruins both our predictions because we didn't think a trade would be done.
I just checked with the JJ Redick thing. He did shoot 45% back in 2020, and he shot 45.3%. But the year he actually led the league in 3-point shooting, he shot 47.5, which is
wow,
otherworldly. Still not Kyle Korver when he shot 53.6 back in 09-10, but very, 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 very good. I don't know if Ben Simmons gets traded before the season starts. It really depends on what the Sixers are asking, and obviously that's an obvious question, but I think they're asking too much, and that will hinder his ability to get traded.
Yeah, and it's only decreasing his value because everyone knows you're going to trade him. So, or he wants to get traded, so it's just the best thing if you trade him. So it's a very intriguing situation. But let's talk about ranking the top 10 NBA players next season. So this is based off their performance last season. And now we are ranking top 10. So let's start with 10, Austin. Mine is James Harden.
Mine's Joel Embiid.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. I have James Harden here just because he had some injuries, but when fully healthy, he is very good. I am just not a fan of his playing style of shooting a lot of free throws.
Yeah, if he played overseas his entire career, he would average like no free throws because they don't do flopping over there. And I'm gonna give a hint. Harden isn't in my top 10. So Ivan Embiid at 10, great center, second best center in the league behind Jokic. Just a great player. He is the future and the present for the 76ers, and any hopes to get to the finals anytime soon will be run through him.
Yeah, so let's go to 9. I have Anthony Davis. He is great defensively and good offensively. Is he in your top 10?
Anthony Davis is. Not yet, but at 9, I have Bradley Beal. I feel like he's one of the most disrespected players in the history of the NBA. Not only did he not make the All-Star game, not this past year, but the year before, but he's also one of the most talented mid-range range scorers in the league. Underrated passer, underrated rebounder. Not the best defender, but I feel like that's a system issue that'll get fixed this year with Wes Unseld Jr. as the head coach. But one of the best scorers in the game that I really think is disrespected in all lists. I've seen him rated at 19. How can he be 19? I have him at 9. I almost put him at 8, but I give respect to this player as he's been better in the past. But who's your number 8?
My number 8, just to talk about Bradley Beal, he was close to putting in my 10, but number 8, I have Joel Embiid. So, just a little bit higher than you, but who is your number 8?
My 8 is Anthony Davis. I almost put Beal above him, but I still trust that Anthony Davis on the defensive side of the ball, even if he is hampered with injuries, is still elite. So, even though I don't think he's going to be 100% ever again in his career because he's just had so many injuries, I do still believe he'll be a very effective power forward that definitely deserves to be top 8.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is very good. Hopefully he can fix his injuries. So let's go to number 7. I have Jokic.
I have
So-
Luka.
Oh, you have Luka. Okay, I do have Luka higher than you. But
Yeah, I have Jokic higher than you.
yeah. So Jokic is just incredible. I just have a lot of these players higher than Jokic, but he is the best center.
The only reason why I have Jokic ahead of Luka is that Jokic has consistently won playoff rounds, even with teammates injured. He is the main ball handler, even though he's a center, and even with Jamal Murray out last year, he still won a playoff round. Luka just can't seem to do that, and I don't fully blame him, but Jokic is the main reason why the Nuggets have moved so far in the playoffs the past couple of years, and I do believe that counts for something.
Yeah, it's very true. Number 6, I think, is going to catch your eye. I have LeBron.
Wow. Okay. Number 6, I have Jokic. Jokic can be put up too high. He still has defensive liabilities, but he is the best center in the league still, despite that, and definitely the best offensive center in the league. His versatility has no bounds. Great passer, great shooter, great everything on offense that you could say he's great at. So that always helps when you play in the NBA.
Yeah, I just have LeBron at 6 because the guys I just feel are better offensively than him, but I know a lot of people will probably be coming at me. Number 5, I have Luka, just because he's so good offensively, and I am a Mavericks fan, so there is some bias.
Number 5, I have Kawhi. Kawhi has great defense, but I'm still a little bit concerned. I would have had him above the guy at 4 if it wasn't for his consistent injuries. It seems like he's always back in 2019, obviously when he got traded, right before he got traded, he was out for an extended period of time. Now he's out with another knee injury. And while he is still one of the best defenders in the league and one of the greatest scorers in the league, I need to see more consistent with him on the court.
Yeah, I have we can move on. I have Kawhi at 4, so
Got
just
it.
a little bit above you.
At
Um,
4, I have KD. So
oh,
KD,
wow.
with his Achilles injury, still is above Kawhi. He's only had one major injury in his career, and while he is one of the best scorers in the league, I still can't verify him being in the top 3. I do not think KD is a top 3 player in this league.
Well, he's in my top 3, so
Well, he had to be. We haven't gotten to him. I mean, all you have is your top 3 left. I already
Well,
know
yeah.
who it is because I just don't know the order.
Well, yeah. So number 3, I have Steph. Steph
Wow.
Curry.
Okay.
I was debating him, putting him higher, but given just his 3-point acumen and how he was just playing so incredibly well, despite the people around him, I have him at 3. So who do you have at 3?
I have Curry as well. I believe Curry's the 3rd best player in this league. His defense isn't all that great. He gets steals when he jumps in the lane sometimes, but he is the greatest 3-point shooter all around ever. I would not say he's the best catch and shoot 3-point shooter ever, and many people disagree with that. Oh, they show all these stats that like he has the highest catch and shoot percentage, but most of his catch and shoot threes are wide open because he has so many screens to run behind, and versus Kyle Korver, who's being chased around the entire time. But I won't waste your guys' time talking about Kyle Korver too much. But Curry's still one of the best players in the league. His handles are unmatched. His shooting's unmatched. His depth is unmatched. If it is a shot from 3, any type, I'd take Curry over anybody in the league by far. It's really, really impressive.
So you and I have an agreement. I was afraid that you and I weren't going to have an agreement as we were moving it on. I'm like, I guess we don't agree, but we do get 3.
I
Curry
think we're
at
gonna
3.
agree at 1. I think we're gonna agree at
No, we're
1.
not.
Oh, we're not?
We're not.
I'm assuming that means you have KD in 1, but give me your 2.
I do. At number 2, I have Giannis.
Wow.
I'm guessing that's
Okay.
your guy at 1.
My number 2 is LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron's passing ability is still elite. He can still score at will at the rim. His leadership is unmatched, and he obviously has the experience to do it by himself without having to get carried by the greatest team of all time ever assembled to win a championship, which is why I can't have KD above 4.
That's very true. I just have KD at 1 because I looked at him and just his ability to score and with his height, that puts him above Giannis, even though Giannis is better defensively, but Giannis struggles offensively. So I just have KD given his scoring ability. That's why I have him at 1. But you do make a fair point with him having one of the best created teams of all time.
I would argue that KD is in a top 2 scorer in the league.
Isn't. Interesting.
Is not.
Okay. So who's the
I
1 and
feel
2?
I'd put Curry and Giannis above him. Just all around offense, scoring the ball, putting the ball in the net. As we saw in the finals, Giannis is a beast. Giannis, even without his 3-pointer, is a beast. And once he gets his free throws like he did in Game 6, like I knew he was going to check out at home, if he can make his free throws consistently, no one can stop him. Nobody. He's too good. And what made me have to put Giannis above KD, was the playoff matchup they had against each other. The Nets still had a better team on paper, even with all the injuries. KD missed a shot.
I think that was after he played a lot more that game. And he was just tired. But the thing about Giannis is just the 3-point and the jump shot. KD is 1 inch shorter than Giannis, but KD can hit threes. And that's why I just had to put KD at 1, given his offensive scoring ability. So,
I mean, when you really look at the stats, say again.
I thought you and I were going to agree at 1.
You thought I was gonna have KD at
I
1?
thought you were going to have KD at 1.
I'm not a big KD fan, if you can't tell.
Okay.
I believe he does
figured
things
that
that
out
you.
now.
I mean, if we look at the shooting splits, KD averaged 35 in their series. Giannis averaged 31.9. While KD averaged 35.4. KD shot 49% from the field, 49.7 to be exact, 35.2% from three, while Giannis shot 57.4% from the field and 25.8% from three. So not great from three. And he also shot 48% from the free throw line. Like I said, he still needs to get his free throw together. But the defense for Giannis is just, I believe it's higher. Obviously, Giannis averaged more rebounds than KD, even though KD averaged a good bit of rebounds. And KD's one of those players that he's like Harden to me. He's never really won a ring that matters. And I know Harden hasn't even won a ring, but they're just one of those offensive guys that's one of the best offensive scorers ever. KD in his prime, one of the best scorers of all time, no doubt. Top 10, no doubt. But, I mean, if we're looking at a career, LeBron still has a higher points per game average. And I mean, what do you rank as offense? Is it just versatility? Because to me, it's not. It's putting the ball in the net. That's what's better at offense. Can you score? And even though Giannis doesn't have a three ball like KD, I believe he can score just as efficiently as KD ever can.
Interesting. Well, that was not what I was expecting with our top 10 NBA players, how that would go. But let us know what you think in the comments. Now let's go to who gets the first pick this year.
Oh, do you want me to go?
Yeah, I was going to go with you.
Yeah. By the way, I can't see your finger when you point. I'm assuming you're pointing because you look like you're pointing, but yeah, you're.
No, I didn't point. I didn't mean to point. I was just turning it over to you. It's okay.
Got it. But I think the number one pick goes to. We're not going to have the same team. We're not. I think it goes to the Kings. I believe the Kings severely fall off, trade their Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox, and with a regrouping amount of guys, they don't get many wins. I think they trade Fox, trade Hield, have a bad season. I'm going really risky with this one, but I believe it could happen, especially with Luke Walton. I don't really trust him as a head coach. I believe they get off to a bad start, trade Hield, things fall apart more. They trade Fox, they roll with Davion Mitchell and Tyrese Halliburton at the 1 and 2, and build on for the future.
Interesting. I kind of went with a pretty safe option. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. I just think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I felt like that was way too easy, so I made it a little bit harder on myself than I probably should have. But yeah.
Because they got rid of Kemba. But I just feel it's going to happen. That's going to like be the crown jewel of Sam Presti's little toolbox or little treasure chest of
the crown
picks.
jewel. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if they get the number one pick, all hell's gonna break loose.
And he could flip it. Even he could also flip it.
He could do more than flip it. He could trade him and Shai for like Luka. I mean, at that point.
Well, let's not go too far. Maybe Bradley Beal. That's it.
I don't know with that. We'll see.
All right. Well, this was a very fun and debateful episode for our top 10 and our first round pick or first number one overall pick. So let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.